And I know it's been quite a while since I have made a video. And this is the first time that I have made a video in over, well, I wouldn't say over 2 months, but close to about 2 months. The thing is that this is more or less an update video that I'm making, specifically directed for my channel, what is going on with me and my channel, why I haven't been uploading videos, and, you know, such like that. So let's start out with the lack of videos and why there hasn't been any videos. So the first reason why I haven't made any videos is kind of fatigue, really, and we're getting a bunch of shit. You know what? I should just re-roll. Just, you know, getting a bunch of fatigue from streaming. I was streaming a lot, and when you're streaming for hours at a time, it does kind of take a toll on you. You know, especially when the second factor that I specifically have comes into play, which is the lack of support. I don't really have support from any of my personal friends when it comes to streaming. For me, this is actually more or less a problem because when you're trying to stream for people, typically you'd like to have people who watch, and for me, when you don't have a lot of people who are watching, you don't really want to stream, and you know that's just a cause of the whole thing. It's the effect of not wanting to, you know, have to get online and make a video, especially when you don't have anybody who's really watching the videos. You know, you put in your time and effort to you know, streaming, and it just is kind of like you feel it's a wasted effort. I don't have very many subscribers. I only have about 23 subscribers on YouTube, and really my videos get no views at all. And that's, you know, it does actually sometimes bother me. It bothers me for the fact that I would like people to watch my videos, not because I'm looking to make a profit off of my videos, but because I'm trying to entertain people. I want people to like my content, and, you know, really, this is kind of something that I would like to do professionally. And when I say professionally, I don't mean as in making cash off of it. This is, you know, a hobby of mine. If it ever leads to some kind of monetary gain, then cool. But I'm not looking to do this for that purpose. I'm looking to do this because I want to do Let's Plays, have an audience to be able to communicate with, and that currently is not something that I actually currently have. It's, for me, the biggest deterrent of why I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to get on and stream. There are a few people who have supported my streaming, and unfortunately wish that I didn't stop to begin with. And I can totally see why, because, you know, they do enjoy my content. But when you only have a few people, especially when it's the same people, and you don't really gather any more audience, it's a little harder to say, you know, yeah, I'm going to keep doing this. So, for me, that was the biggest reason why I stopped, was the fatigue as well as not having the support. So, as of for the video content, the Uncharted playthrough was in basically the works. And that was what was going to get streamed, was the Uncharted games. I still have yet to play Uncharted 2 and get all the collectibles. I haven't actually gone back and played it for quite some time now, especially since I stopped streaming. I was actually going to get, you know, cracking on those collectibles so I could then stream Uncharted 2. Of course, a no commentary playthrough like the current Uncharted playthrough is. But for me, it's also because there are games that I feel like I want to stream, but then I end up feeling I don't want to. One of those games is Batman Arkham Knight. I had originally uploaded a few videos of Batman Arkham Knight because I had done the Batman series, and I actually ended up deleting those videos. If anybody had seen those videos and they wondered where they went, I actually ended up deleting them because originally I was actually going to start over on that playthrough and do that playthrough a little better. When I stopped streaming, I basically deleted them, and I was like, well, I might not stream this after all. The game is quite long. It is a quite big game. I don't know if I want to do this. But, you know, with that stated, it's still a game that I cherish and would love to have, you know, on my channel completed. Especially since I have Arkham Asylum and Arkham City done as well. With the future of this channel, there is a few things that I have done to my channel since I stopped streaming. The first is I've created my legacy playlists. And the legacy playlists are basically me combining all of my series into specific playlists. All my Wolfenstein videos were put into one, my Star Wars videos were put into one, which was a little bit more, I don't know, convenient for use for people to find in reality. And I'm actually going to keep my channel that way. Indie games like Shadow Warrior, yes, Shadow Warrior is indeed an indie game. Those have their own playlists, as well as you know, AAA games that don't really have playthroughs and more or less have one-offs. My Once Upon a streams and my Watch Me Fails are going to be in the same playlists. They're not going to be in separate playlists anymore. One of the reasons being is because of me having way too many playlists on the side of my YouTube bar. I actually have private playlists that I use for specific things. Songs that I need to remember to download, or guides for games that I'm going to be using, like, of course, the Uncharted guides for the collectibles, and most recently, Darksiders collectibles as well. Those, as well as a couple of playlists of videos that I need to watch, like my everyday videos, as well as series that I need to watch through completely. Those playlists kind of clog up the, you know, the whole thing. It's a little difficult to manage all these playlists and find everything when I have, you know, 50 playlists on the side. As for, you know, seasoned veterans of YouTube, that might not be a problem for them, but it's more or less a problem for me, which is why I've kind of put everything into its own separate playlists, and I'm actually happy with the result of that. I've also renamed my channel from my old moniker, which was Driver98753, to Human After Everything, because I felt it needed to be done for the future of my channel, considering that that is my Twitch name, that is what I go by. You know, it's just everything that I do. So, when it comes to the future of this channel, what is going to happen? Well, I am proud to say that it is coming back. I do want to stream again, but I need to ask a favor of the people who watch these videos. Regardless if you're subscribed to my channel or not, if you're seeing my videos, I want people to bring in an audience. You know, it's a lot harder nowadays to build an audience for a YouTube channel than ever. You know, people have their own gimmicks, you know, and people are very critical nowadays. But I have received some very, very positive comments from people like, for instance, I won't be afraid to name a few here, like Thickest Break and Fluffless Formulations. People who have said that they actually really dig my channel and my content, and they aren't afraid to say it themselves. That actually makes me want to stream more. When you have people who are actually kind of impressed with your channel, even though you're a small subscriber, you know, I like that. It doesn't matter what, you know, how many subscribers we have. It matters the content, you know, the quality of the subscribers that we have. I want people to come who enjoy the content. To me, it's not about the amount of people that are here. It's about the amount of people that are here that enjoy what we're doing. That is the whole thing. I love streaming because I like having the human interaction. Unfortunately, I don't really read a lot of my comments anymore because I get a lot of spam comments, you know, on my streams. Henceforth, I just kind of leave it be. So, the future of the channel looked grim for the last couple of months. I've been sitting on this for the last couple of months thinking of what I wanted to do. It's still hard for me to create a schedule, you know, for streaming and for, you know, the future of my Let's Plays and the videos that I do. There are plenty of games that I want to play one-off streams of, you know, and I end up not doing that, you know, because of the fact that, you know, I just don't feel like putting the effort into streaming. So, the question for me that I ask myself is, okay, if you're gonna do streaming again, what should we stream? And the thing is that I've always kind of felt that I've streamed what I've wanted to stream. But what I want to do is I want to have more or less human interaction when it comes to the streaming, as well as what games people want to see. So I have actually a fuckload of games, like, and I mean a lot. I am a huge gamer, I always have been, and I have, you know, currently right now just in my Xbox log alone, have over 100 or so games that are just sitting in my my ready to install list that I have digitally downloaded. Not to mention the over 60, 70 games that I have on disc for both my Xbox and my PlayStation. Top it off with the digital games I have on PlayStation, and we're talking a shitload of games. Especially a lot of games that can have their own videos, you know, one-off videos or even Let's Plays. Videos that I've never considered Let's Playing that I figured people might want to see. It all just depends on people. This is the reason why I made a Twitter. I have a Twitter, and it is Human After Everything. My tag is at capital H, capital A, capital E, capital I, capital S, capital B, capital A, capital E. Hey is Bay. That's basically the most clever thing I could come up with my channel. So, you know, I want to be able to do Twitter polls so that people can kind of vote for the next kind of games that we play. That's something that I want to have done. When it comes to the people on YouTube, I also want people to leave comments of the games that they want to see. You know, especially, you know, maybe it's a game that I already own. Maybe some people want to see Dead Space. I have that. I can play that. You know, maybe they want to see Dead Space on a, you know, like an impossible run. I've never done it, but I'd be glad to do it. It's just, you know, I want to be able to do things and, you know, obviously have people interested. I obviously had people interested with a Dead Island video. I did, you know, my most popular video, which has close to 600 views, is my Dead Island Once Upon a Stream video where I did One Punch mode. That was kind of the video that was the biggest thing on my channel, and a lot of people watched. But I want people to watch the other content as well. I know that I upload videos that are really, really long, you know, over an hour or so, but I've tried to basically make my videos in between an hour and an hour and a half, and I feel like that is watchable for most people. I feel like when you make videos that are 15 to 30 minutes, you don't get a lot of played through. This is kind of shown when people try to play games like The Witcher, and they try to, you know, do a Let's Play of The Witcher, and their videos are only 30 to 45 minutes long. They end up having hundreds of videos, and that, to me, seems like a bit too much. You know, I did Shadow Warrior in 4 parts, and I did it all in about 2-hour videos apiece. I feel like that is more watchable because you don't have to watch as many playthroughs. You know, and plus, YouTube has the ability for you to just, you know, come back to the video later and pick up from where you left off. But, you know, I'm still trying to find that sweet spot when it comes to the times that I make my videos and such like that. But I think that an hour and a half actually more or less works. So really, what is the deal here? What am I getting at here? What is the whole purpose of this? Well, the purpose here is that videos are coming back, and I am going to finish the Uncharted playthrough. In fact, the same day that this video is going to be up on my channel, the last parts of Uncharted are also going to be up. I'm going to be doing the rest of Uncharted, and I'm going to get my ass in gear, and I'm going to do Uncharted 2 soon. But I figured that I would do another playthrough of something else next. Now, I'm not really sure what yet. I'm kind of figuring it out. But I'm probably going to stream twice a week. Probably once, you know, at the beginning of the week, and then once at the end of the week. I'm thinking probably, you know, around maybe Monday and Friday. I'll figure the schedule out, and of course it'll be updated. But with what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be streaming in, you know, a good amount of time frame to at least, you know, get a couple of those videos out on my channel. Because, you know, obviously I'm going to upload the parts, you know, I segment the streams into the parts so that I can get them up as videos on the channel. So that's really what my plan is currently, is to kind of do something like that. Oh, double Death-Defy, that's actually kind of rare that you guys just saw that. That doesn't happen very often. And it's, you know, it's something that I've kind of decided that I want to do. But, of course, like I said, I feel that I'm going to need everybody's help with this. If you're watching this video, I would love for you guys to, you know, to bring in people you think would be interested in the content that I produce. You know, because they always say that it's, you know, it's like minds. You know, people who, you know, like the same kinds of things, they typically will watch the same kind of stuff. You know, I mean, I can relate to a lot of people. I watch, you know, plenty of people that, you know, everybody watches, like Jesse Cox and the Beard Bros and, you know, Rooster Teeth and all stuff like that. And, you know, they've kind of inspired me to create my own kind of style, and I don't want to copy really anybody's style when it comes to making videos. I like uploading straight to, you know, straight to YouTube from my streams. I don't like to edit. I don't actually have any editing software anymore. You know, I don't do any of that stuff. And when it's raw, you know, sometimes people complain when it's raw. Sometimes people complain when it's too edited. And I want to just gain an audience of people who appreciate the Let's Plays and the videos for what they are. Obviously, people liked the Dead Island playthrough that I did one video of. And I did, you know, a Dead Island Riptide video as well. Which, of course, isn't as popular. But, you know, like I said, it's not about, you know, wanting to make it. It's about wanting to have an audience that I can stream to, you know, possibly make some friends out of. You know, I'd love to be able to make some actual friends, you know, out of the subscribers that I have, and, you know, connect with people a little bit more. For me, streaming is all about the entertainment and about the fun and the quality that, you know, bringing to the table, really. So, you know, we're going to get back on track. Uncharted is going to happen. Uncharted 2 is going to happen. You know, it's all going to happen. And, you know, there are a lot of games I have actually been playing myself. You know, I've been running through. I've actually bought a lot of games lately, like Firewatch, and I just recently played through Soma. And, you know, some of these games I am going to do commentary-less playthroughs of. You know, games like Firewatch, I feel, don't need commentary. And Soma, I also feel doesn't need commentary, but they're also kind of quiet games. There are two games that I actually do want to do Let's Plays of. Same thing with The Last of Us Remastered. I, of course, want to do that in the future as well. But I have lots of games in the pipeline, and I don't want to get too ahead of myself and bore you with all the details of what we're going to be doing. But I just wanted people to know that that if you're seeing this and you're watching my channel, that the videos are still going to come, the streams are still going to happen, I'm going to get back on track, but I'm going to make sure that I don't wear myself out. And, you know, that might mean taking a week break or so because, you know, I want to be able to build an audience. And of course that, you know, that also means that I, you know, need people's help to build that audience. And so I'm kind of hoping that those who see this will say, hey, there's this guy that I've been watching. He's totally not popular at all, but he's funny, or he's entertaining, or his videos are well made, and you should check him out. He does some great Let's Plays. You know, come, you know, stop by and have fun with it, and, you know, leave comments and be like, hey, you know, this playthrough's good, but did you know this? Or, hey, you should try to do this. And I gladly do, you know, challenge runs. Man, if people want to challenge me to do something like, hey, do a no death, you know, run on this or whatever. You know, I have Diablo. If people want to see like me do Diablo on the hardest difficulty, let me know. You know, I mean, my frustration is hilarious. You know, people love laughing at failure. It's just the way people are. So, you know, that's really basically the update of this channel and why I've been gone, what's going to be happening, when it's coming back. It's going to happen, you know, so I want everybody to stick around. And if you are sticking around, please help me bring people to this channel, because I want people to be entertained by my content. I want to have that support system of people who like to enjoy my content, because frankly, nobody likes to do this for nothing. You know, people like to do it for something. A lot of people like to do it for money. I specifically want to do it for the people. You know, I mean, that may sound kind of dumb to some people, but I want to do it for the audience. That's me. So, yeah, thanks everybody for checking out my content if you have before. You know, thanks to the people who have contacted me on Twitter asking me when my shit's coming back. You know, so, yeah, thanks to everybody. Of course, if you're wondering, this is Rogue Legacy, and we're playing on New Game Plus 3, so this game is even more extremely hard. You saw earlier that I have all of my upgrades and everything I've bought and everything. I've played this game way too much. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed my content over the last year that my channel has been around, and I hope you guys will bring in more audience and tell people, hey, this is awesome, because let's grow this entire thing a lot more so that, you know, we as, you know, subscribers / entertainers can be like, I'd love to collab with other people, especially smaller YouTube channels. Hey man, you want to play some shit? Let's play some shit. So I have been Human After Everything, also known as Ian, and I will see you guys very soon with more Uncharted and more videos. So thank you guys. I'll see you later.